Hello, world. Welcome back to Golf Subpar with Colt Knost and Drew Stoltz. Sleaze, I'm fresh off the plane. Just got back from Charlotte, North Carolina, where Team USA did it again. Won the President's Cup. But I tell you what, it was looking rather nasty early. Shout out the international team, Trevor Immelman. They put up a hell of a fight. It was fun to watch.
We got a ball game at the end of that thing. We didn't know. I mean, a lot of us talking about boat race. I thought it was going to be, quite honestly. And then, sure enough, first two sessions, 8-2. I was like, this is dirt nap, and this is dirt nap quick. Like, I just wanted my whole goal when we talked about last week. Like, if we can get into singles, like into a few matches, and there's some sort of drama, I think that would be a win for the event. And we ended up getting it, dude. There was a time, the last 8 matches, I think it was, on the back 9, the internationals either led or were tied at some point on the back 9. It's like, dude, some of these things you started doing the match, like, all right, if he can pull that one out, or if he can flip that, there was a scenario there where this thing would get really, really tight. And I think they did, especially being down 8-2 after the first 2 sessions. Like, they won by a point after that. Pretty damn impressive.
Yeah, I think we were all joking after the first couple of days. Like, we have the Miracle at Medina, the Massacre at Wingfoot, all these sayings for tournaments. I was like, this one's gonna be known as the Quail Quickie, because this thing is going to be over in a hurry. I mean, it's not even going to get – Sunday's not even going to matter.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
And Trevor heard that, by the way.
The Quail Quickie,
had
he heard
some very nice words for me when I was walking up the 9th hole on Saturday, I believe. It was pretty fun. So I was walking down the fairway following Jordan and Justin, and Bussy was the caddy captain. Jeff Vogel was the old caddy. Great dude. I was talking to him and Jeff the whole time. Bussy's sitting there, he pulls up behind me. He goes, hey, get in. Sit, let's catch up. I'm like, okay. So I sit, and we walk up, and there we get to the green, and there's Captain Immelman. And he turns around, looks at me, he goes, oh, so you're going to insult us and then ride in our carts, huh? And we had a good laugh about it.
Get your ass out.
I was like, hey, and then they played good. I was like, hey, maybe I motivated you a little bit.
Yeah, the Quail Quickie. They must have been used in the locker room. But, dude, they battled. The singles were fun. They showed up. Tom Kim is an emerging – I don't know if you want to call him emerging. He's going to be a star. His golf game is nasty. He was the entire engine for that international team. And, dude, they battled their asses off, man. That's a competition that, quite frankly, they should – I mean, stats-wise, get steamrolled. Rankings-wise, get steamrolled. They didn't.
Yeah, and that's one thing. Speaking of Tom Kim, he's our guest today.
Yes.
Which is very exciting news. I got to spend some time with him at the team parties afterwards. Great dude. Y'all are going to love this. But I questioned a lot. There's so in every sport nowadays, it's all analytics. This does this. I mean, it's people that aren't even playing the game of golf that are setting up who should play who and all this. And I was doing the post game for SiriusXM, and they're getting dump trucked. It's 8-2. And they're sticking with the same teams and everything. We're sticking to the system is what they kept saying. I'm like, man, the system ain't working. Let's mix this shit up a little bit.
Yeah, everybody comes out with a game plan. You go out in the first half and it's 21-0. Be like, all right, well, maybe we stop running it. Maybe we're going to throw it. We do something because this ain't working. I was shocked by that. I was also shocked. I think the biggest surprise was singles where Tom Kim went out. Dude. I'm like, dude, this is your guy. This is the only dude sticking it to the U.S. Like, we can't handle him right now. He's a problem. He's getting the crowd. Like, the crowd was loving him, even for an international guy. I'm like, maybe doesn't have to be the first guy out. I probably would have maybe put him, but he's 1, 2, or 3 max. You get him out there, and then all of a sudden I see him back, and he's at 10th. And I'm like, you're putting him in a spot where his match might not even matter. That's the one guy giving y'all, like, a shot of life. I was floored that he went out 10th.
So Gary Williams and I were sitting outside the press tent where they do all their interviews and they do all the pairings each night. So we're sitting there, so when players go by, we can grab them and do a quick interview. So they're starting to read off the pairings for the matchups for the singles. And all bleeding into it, I'm like, well, Tom Kim is 100% going first. This is the safest bet in history. Like, he's going to go out there. He's going to go against a big name. They're going to get the crowd going. This is going to be awesome. Like, you got to get this guy going. People were loving him.
Yeah.
And they list it off, and they keep going, and they keep going, and I'm like screaming, like, "What are we doing, Trevor? What the hell are you doing?"
Yeah.
And apparently, they could hear me in the press tent. The media guys said they were dying laughing because they could hear every word I was saying. How I was just like, "Trevor, what the fuck?"
They should have heard it.
Here?
They should have listened.
Yeah.
Dude. Hey, Tom, he's doing pretty good. Maybe get him out there early, where for sure at least his match matters. So it doesn't have to be 1, 2, 3, somewhere right there.
I went from saying I'm retiring the Quail Quickie T-shirt, and I'm going to put Tom first on a T-shirt. Like, what? You know how amazing that would have been? Whether it's against Max Homa, Jordan Spieth, or Justin Thomas. Because those were one of those 3 was going to be the first guy out. No doubt about it. Can you imagine that first tee? Max didn't get put out until number 10.
Yeah, put him 12. They're waiting on him.
I mean,
you just neutralize your biggest
but I was
weapon.
like, here's a guy, whether you're probably not going to win being 11-7, And at the end of the day, this is entertainment.
Yeah.
Like, put the kid first. I mean, the cheers weren't as loud for him as they were for the Americans.
Obviously,
but it was damn close. When he came through that tunnel against Max and he had the international sunglasses on, I mean, this place went nuts. The first 5 matches went off. A bunch of the crowd left. And then slowly, right before match number 10, here it came. Started filling up again. NBC didn't show the probably 6, 7, 8, 9 matches tee off. And all of a sudden, here they come back again. And they're showing Tom Kim walk out. They're showing Max walk out. Man, he's such a breath of fresh air. Like, he's just lovable. He's hilarious. I mean, he's obviously 20 years old, and he's got a lot of game. And he's got Joe Scovern on the back.
He's 20 years old.
God.
Fucking, it's just insane. I mean, that's like Jordan now. Like, he's played almost a decade now of President's Cup. I'm like, oh, my God. And here comes Tom. He's 20, and he was doing everything for that team. I was just, like you said, you're probably not going to win this thing. But put your horse out, dude. Let him go. Let him run. Maybe he wins and upsets JT, and all of a sudden the guys behind him like, holy shit, Tom did it. Let's go. You know, you never know. You can easily second guess it. But out of all the stuff that happened this week, I was like, how are you putting him in a spot where his point might not even matter?
I know. I
wow.
agree. But listen, I think the international team is up and coming. I think they're going to continue to get better. Obviously, the President's Cup was getting absolutely shit on after the first 2 days because it was just a blowout, and that's what it looked like it was going to be. And then all of a sudden, they came back. They won the session. They tied the first session and won the second session on Saturday, and made it a little bit of a ball game. It was fun. Quail Hollow place was rocking. So many people. It was so much fun to be out there walking with those guys. I walked with Jordan and Justin a lot. It's cool. Those team events. I mean, as you know, at the Ryder Cup, it is so much fun. It's so different.
Yeah, they did a good job for how much shit Trevor had to go through before with this guy's leaving. Now this guy, and all of a sudden your team's just decimated, scrapping that thing together. The odds were crazy. They did a good job, dude. They showed up. They played better. It was closer. It had more drama in it than I thought it was going to have. The first 2 days, I was like, yep, that's what we said. This thing's quick, and it wasn't. So they did a good job. The lines are already out for Rome, by the way. U.S. minus 190. Europe plus 185. So there's a little closer line than the minus 700 you were seeing on the U.S. side for this one, but. You look at that U.S. team, man, it's just like, who's leaving? And we don't know who might be coming. By the way, you're going to add Will Zalatoris to that team. If he gets healthy and comes back normal, like add that one in. Who's not going to be there? I don't know, dude, but it's loaded.
I talked a lot with the international assistant captain, Jeff Ogilvy, going down the fairways. And I mean, he's like, these guys are young, they're deep, and they're so freaking good. Like, they're just going to be so hard to beat for a long time. I mean, listen, Team Europe in the Ryder Cup's going to have their hands full. Whoever's on that team, it's going to be so hard just to make the USA team nowadays.
Oh, you could be top. I mean, there's a possibility you're top 18 in the world, 20 for sure in the world, and not on that team.
So, obviously, I'm an assistant captain. By the way, did you see I got a little trial this week out at Charlotte.
I saw you in the buggy. I was like, I wonder who he hijacked out of that thing.
I didn't hijack anyone. I was walking with Justin's match on Sunday and following along, and there's Zach Johnson. It's all of a sudden, it's tight. They're tied with 3 holes to go. He goes, Colt, I want to walk with Justin. Please drive my cart for me. I'm like, is this a tryout for Rome?
Yeah, dude, put me in. This is good. Let me get my feet wet, dude. Let me see what it's like in the moment.
And it was great. I got to drive the team cart for 3 holes, took around Mr. and Miss Thomas, Jill, Justin's fiance, and was right there in all the action. It was absolutely incredible.
Those things are fun, man. And like we said numerous times, props to the internationals for making it fun to watch on Sunday. Because there was a situation in there where it wasn't going to be. And we didn't even get our best from Scotty or Sam Burns either. And that was part of the reason why it was so close. He played good, but points-wise.
Incredible. He just ran up to a buzzsaw every time.
Points-wise, like you would have, you're right. Sam Burns played some good golf. Scotty, but like there's a number 1 in the world. You're like, oh, you match him up with anyone on any team. Like that's advantage U.S. and didn't shake out like that.
Sam Burns had 2 rounds where he tied a match and lost a match where he was 8 under in both of them.
Yeah, he played some good golf. Man, that's a squad. Just loaded.
And I was fortunate enough to go to the after party. I'm not going to reveal too much because that's kind of a secret, but I will say this. The international team knows how to party a little better.
They got, is that right?
By a long ways.
Some dudes. Hey, did he do what he said he did?
Kiz took off on a hunting trip. He left at 10 o'clock.
Oh, I thought he was.
No, he's gone.
Oh man, what is all this? But no one knows how to party. I party. No one else
he had
does.
A hunting
I get
trip.
my point in the after party.
Yep. He had a hunting trip in Colorado. Had to catch a plane.
Gotta go shoot some shit.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta shoot shit.
But man, it was a lot of fun. It was a great week. Once again, hats off to Quail Hollow. That place was freaking incredible.
Yeah, I think we got a better week out of that than a lot of people expected. And it was good to see.
Well, our guest is just 1 year older than our Doers 19-year-old. It's pretty crazy to think.
He came just before.
Thank you, Scotland, for the great game of golf. You really did us a solid there. And thank you, Scotland, for the great gift of Scotch whiskey, especially the Doers 2022 19-year-old Champions Edition, crafted in partnership with the USGA. The 2022 19-year-old Champions Edition is a double-aged and then finished in a new American oak and first fill rye cast to be as complex and rewarding as the game of golf itself. The flavor profile is rich with notes of butterscotch, heather honey, and cinnamon. You've got to try it to believe it. The 2022 19-year-old Champions Edition is a limited edition and going fast. So if you see a bottle on the shelf, grab it. Then enjoy as you raise a glass to the sport we love so much. From Doers, the most awarded blend Scotch whiskey in history. Enjoy responsibly. It's now time for the Doers Cheers moment of the week. And I think this is a pretty easy one, Sleaze. We're going to give a little cheers to Captain and past subpar guest Trevor Immelman. Not only for his great role as a captain, but for what he did to Greg Norman. Greg Norman threw out a little tweet out there, putting everything aside, all the animosity. This is a great event. I want to wish everyone luck, including Trevor Immelman. Put a picture of when they won their only President's
Cup. He mentioned the one that they won. Yeah, of course.
And Trevor just had a little simple response on Twitter. LOL.
I was shocked when I saw it. I was like, is this a spoof account? Like someone created an Immelman account? You know what I mean? I was like, no, they just got to check everything like that. I was like, I can't believe he would even respond to it during the President's Cup too.
I said I wish you would have said fuck off, and everyone would have loved it even more.
There ain't a whole lot you could do right now. I don't think if it's going as a counter to Norman, that most of the golf fans and media would have an issue with.
But cheers, Captain. That was awesome, and so was the great week out at the President's Cup. All right, let's get to the star. Here he is, Tom Kim on Golf Subpar.
All right, ladies and gents, we got one of the hottest names in all of golf with us here today, coming off his President's Cup debut, where he was a star for the international side, already a PGA Tour winner, and quickly becoming a fan favorite, the Tank himself, Tom Kim. How are you, Tom?
Good. How are you guys?
Good, dude.
Thank you so much for joining us. First off, we're just 2 days after the President's Cup. How are we feeling right now? You got to be exhausted.
I'm tired. I laid down for I got home at 6 p.m. and I couldn't get out of bed. Time went like that. So here we are.
I saw a little story. I think Siwoo Kim posted a picture of you laying face down and said he did. What do you know when that was taken actually?
So after I came, I think I arrived around lunchtime, and then my Airbnb the check-in wasn't until 4 o'clock, and I had nowhere to go. So I called him up and was like, "Hey, can I go to your place?" And he's like, "Come over." And once I got there, I just lied down. I couldn't do anything else. So can't believe he took a photo of that, and I thought it was pretty funny to share. And it was like the adrenaline dump was massive.
Well, let's go back to last week. I want to know. I mean, you're 20 years old. You won on the PGA Tour late this year in the season. Going back to the start of the year, how much was even making the President's Cup team on your mind?
I don't think it was even on my mind. I don't think I was to a point where I don't think I was I wasn't even considered being even nearly on the team. My world ranking was I might have been inside the top 100, but points wise I was so far away that I was just focused on trying to get my Korn Ferry Tour card. And it's amazing how these 6 months have changed. And I think right before Wyndham was my point where I really got close, and that's when it started to get on my radar. So it's been a crazy 6 months. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride for you. And let's go back, talk on that a little bit, because I think going back 5-6 months, the average golf fan probably didn't know who Tom Kim was, and now I think everybody knows who Tom Kim was. But give us where you were playing. You're only 20, so it didn't take you too damn long to get your PGA Tour card. But why don't you go through from when you turned pro to where you've been playing up until this point, to where now everyone knows you?
So I turned pro when I was 15. I started on the Asian Tour when I got my Asian Tour card when I turned 16, and I was there for a little bit. I started on the development tour before I got on the Asian Tour and got my 3 wins for that season. I won, and then I got 3 wins, got me into the remainder of the season. I won on the Asian Tour my second start out, got me my full status, and then COVID hit. So I played 4 events, being a full-time member on the Asian Tour, then COVID hit. So it's been a crazy run. I'm not gonna lie. I am 20, but it feels like it's been a long time. I've been out here for a while, so Even to this year, I just had my status on the Asian tour, and the goal was to try to get my Korn Ferry status and just playing here and there and getting late starts, getting to the top 100, got me to the PGA, got me to the Byron Nelson, so got me a spot to the U.S. Open. So it's been a from the start, from the bottom to reaching out here. So it's been a crazy run.
I think it's only going to continue to go up. I mean, it's just been an incredible
Hopefully.
run. But we got to talk about this week because I've watched you play several times when I'm out there on the broadcast, but I've never seen the emotion from Tom Kim that I saw last week at Quail Hollow. Did you know that's how it was going to be for you? And just take us through everything in the week. The moment from when you got there, when you first put the shield on, to go into the first tee on Thursday.
So I remember just getting into my hotel room. That was the biggest thing. Once I got to that floor, it's locked out. It's just for the team. And when you get to your hotel room, you have your name. You open that door. You got your stuff. You got your bag. You got your you got your clothes. You got everything set out for you. And that was just a moment where I just soaked it all in. I was like, man, like, can you believe this? Like, from 6 months ago, not having any status in the U.S. to playing the President's Cup, like, this is amazing. Let's have a great week. And obviously practicing on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the crowd started to, there's more people, more and more throughout the day. Once it got Thursday, it was packed. And that first tee, it was insane. It was unbelievable. And I told myself, I just want to be good. I want to be a good energy for my team, and I want to pump them up. So my fist bumps, I really didn't think I'd go that crazy, but it definitely came out of me.
Take us back to that first match, because I think Billy Horschel made a comment, and he's been on tour for a long time, right? He made a comment like he felt like he was gonna throw up for the 3 hours leading up to his tee time the first day. Did you feel like that going into your first one? I mean, here you are, 20 years old, like you said, 6 months ago. Things were different, and here you are on like the biggest stage.
No, I was so pumped. I wanted to get to the first tee. That was my thing. I just wanted to get things going. I didn't like to wait. I just like, man, I wish my warm up was like finished already and I could go out to the first tee. I never went first out. I wanted to go first out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, because I wanted to get things going. I wanted to hit good shots. I want to put a point on put a point on the board for the team. And yeah, I just couldn't wait to get things going.
And I mean, if you look at it, like we keep going back to it. You're 20 years old. You're a rookie. You played all 5 matches. Did you have any idea going into the week that was a possibility that you'd play all 5?
No, I didn't really think I was going to play all 5. I'm not gonna lie. I knew I was going to play a lot, but I didn't really think. I thought I'd rest like 1 or 2 matches, depending on how I played. And I lost Thursday and Friday, so I was like, oh, I might play one, and then I might sit out. It's gonna suck, but at least I'll be ready for Sunday. And I heard the news that you're gonna play 36 tomorrow. I was like, really? Like, I just lost 2 matches. It was like, well, you better go play well tomorrow. And it started out perfectly.
And that start y'all got off to obviously was not ideal. You're down 8-2 after the first 2 rounds. What was the message from Trevor Immelman? How did y'all keep in this thing? I mean, because y'all turned it around on Saturday, won the session, and actually made it a ball game on Sunday.
The thing was, we played really well. We're not gonna lie, we played pretty good. They just outplayed us. That American team was just so strong that we're like, man, if just a couple lip outs went in, like, we could have gotten 3 more points. It's just the luck wasn't on our side that much. They played really, really good. So we're like, we gotta keep adding pressure. We're hitting good shots. We know we're playing well. Let's just make a little bit more putts. And Saturday, that's exactly what happened. We just made a few more putts here and there. We added pressure. We were hitting good shots, and it's just, we wish that maybe Saturday was like the first day, but it definitely, Saturday was a point where, okay, we can actually do this. This is what it's all about, right? So that was just the main story of it.
Yeah, and the media and everyone leading up, I mean, the U.S. was minus 700 to win that thing. The whole message was like, hey, the U.S. team should win this thing. It shouldn't be close. But it comes down to golf. How much were you guys as players, aware of that, and how much did you guys talk about it? Like, look, dude, nobody expecting us to win this thing. Let's go play with the chip on your shoulder.
Like, we were tired of hearing it. We're a great team. you know. And we're like, let's show these guys what it's all about. And I felt like on Saturday was really the statement of we're here. We're not just here to play. We're here to try to win this cup. So it was definitely Trevor did a really good job. Like I really thought he could be a motivational speaker. It was so impressive how good he was at talking to the team, getting us pumped up. So kudos to him. But I really wish we would have. It would have been a great upset in this entire history of golf if we had won that event. But hopefully in Canada we can do something special.
I mean,
It got interesting on Sunday.
Yeah, not just golf. That could have been one of the greatest upsets in all of sports. But I want to go to your fourth match with you and Siwoo against Xander and Cantlay. And the shot you hit on 18. Okay, you're way back there. You have 240, I believe, and you hit a 2-iron. Where did that iron shot rank in all the great shots you've hit in your career so far?
It's definitely up there because of the situation, but it's just I hit such a bad tee shot. Like it was so heely, it was into the wind, it was just so bad. Like I was like, man, I'm gonna have a far, especially with a back pin, like I'm gonna be pretty far back. But I knew that being far back was actually gonna be better because then I can just hit a full shot. I don't need to control it or like hit a distance control like flighted shot. I just knew it was a perfect 2-iron. And I'm not sure if the TV got this, but the whole American team was 15 yards right behind me. And I was walking up and I saw JT, I saw Jordan Spieth, I saw Tony Finau, I saw all of them. And I remember just looking up the flight, seeing the pin. I was like, I was born ready for this. Like, this is my time. Like, I'm like, this is gonna happen. I'm gonna make birdie here. It's gonna go crazy. Like, we're gonna win this match. And setting up over the ball, I was like, just getting my alignment ready and just let things go. And once it's hit the face, I was like, this is perfect. And it turned out absolutely amazing. I really wanted to beat that team, especially Xander and Patrick being such an elite um like duo for them. Like they're such a strong team. And um I'm so happy. I told Xander at the party that, bro, like I'm not gonna lie, I really liked beating you on Saturday. And he's like, oh, I hate losing to you, trust me. So it was pretty cool.
There ain't many dudes that can say they've beaten that team.
No.
By the way, international or European.
But for you mentioned you turn around and you see all those guys: Justin Thomas, Jordan Spieth, Tony Finau. For you, I mean, you're new to playing over here on the PGA Tour. Like, how much have you looked up to these guys at such? I mean, you're 20 years old.
I mean, they're basically my idols, really. I've studied their game for such a long time. And like I said, 6 months ago, I wasn't even here. So I was still watching them on YouTube. And I was like, man, I would like, if I play the PGA, like I get to see these guys. So it's definitely been inspiring. They've really inspired me to try to come on the PGA Tour. And it's amazing what the role they've played. And I even thanked one of them saying, hey, thanks for inspiring everyone across the world to come to the PGA Tour. And they've done a great job. So
Who were those? Who were those guys? If you don't mind telling us.
I talked to Jordan at the party on Sunday. I was like, "Hey man, like I've always wanted to say this to you, and I'm gonna seize my moment. But thanks for inspiring me and so many people around the world to come to the PGA Tour. You're such an inspiration, man." And it's like, "Thank you, Tom. I appreciate that." So
that's awesome.
That's pretty cool. That's rare. So Tom. Let me ask you this, because like for Colt and I, or anyone our age, right, coming up. All the tour pros we talk to, they can pretty much remember the first time they saw Tiger Woods or played with Tiger Woods and how nervous they were, right? It's like a moment they can all remember. Is that the same way for you? You might be getting used to it now, but the first time you came out and were playing in the same field with JT or Jordan, was that the same like wow moment for you that it was for Tiger with guys our age?
Yeah. So the funny thing is, my first PGA Tour event was at Harding Park. It was a PGA Championship. It was not the most ideal start to having your first, like, it's kind of like, oh wow, I'm on the PGA Tour event. Like it was a major championship. It was hard, right? And I met Tiger. That was my first interaction with him, and I was all fanboy. I was like, can I take a picture with you, Tiger? He was really nice about it. But it's crazy how being a fanboy to playing on the same stage as these guys, I can't really put into words, really.
You ain't the only dude to fanboy out first time they saw Tiger. Go back to that match though against Xander and Cantlay, because I read something where you said, like, before that putt, I was thinking about what I'm going to do when I make this, like my celebration. Then you make it, you go ape shit. The celebration was awesome. I assume at this point you've seen it. What do you think about the celebration? Was it what you thought it'd be?
It's exactly what I thought it was going to be
It
because
was good.
I knew it was going to go in. Like it was such a good line. It had 3 cups of break. I'm not going to lie, it had a lot of break to it, but I was really feeling confident with the putter. I missed a couple putts kind of on the high side with a lot of speed, and I just knew if I had the right speed, it was going right in the middle. And like just looking down on the line, I was like, this is it. Like I was born for this. Like I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna let the U.S. team know that I'm here to win. I want my teammates to know I'm here to win. I want to bring them up. So it was just a perfect. And I remember Tiger at the Arnold Palmer throwing his cap down and celebrating. That's exactly what I wanted to do. So it was perfect.
Well, you did it, and it was awesome. But I have one request, Tom. You and Siwoo both live in Dallas. I just need y'all to work on y'all's celebration that y'all do together. The jumping up and down and each other. Y'all got to practice that before Montreal.
Yeah, that was pretty bad timing for my chin. that hurt a little bit. We jumped at the wrong time. I bumped into his shoulder, and I told him, like, dude, that hurt. Like, but I was like, that adrenaline pump was so big that you couldn't feel really anything. He's just, gosh, it was amazing.
It ain't the worst golf. Ain't the worst team. So even Tiger and Steve had a little mix up on some of the celebrations. So you're in good company there. But I thought that the walk off putter slam, hat slam, whatever you were planning, it worked out.
It definitely worked out. I think I wouldn't change it. That's for sure.
Not at all. But take us a little behind the scenes, like in the team room. Obviously, you're the energy of this team. You're the one that got there going nuts. You got the crowd on your side, actually, which is very hard to do. But like, who was like the vocal leader? Obviously, we got Captain Trevor Immelman. But who are some of the leaders behind the scenes on your team?
I think Adam Scott was definitely a playing leader for us. It was his 10th President's Cup. It's amazing. Like I think his first one was like when I was 1. Like it's incredible. He's been on the team for almost as long as I've been born. Like it's amazing. So he definitely took us under his wing. He gave us a lot of advice of how to do things, and just especially in the circumstance, we had a lot of rookies on the team. So like being on U.S. soil, I didn't think it was going to be that different. Like of just the support of America and not that much support for us internationals. So he got us like a clear image of how to kind of under pressure, like what it's going to be like, and what can help you do better in these situations. So for me, definitely, I think for a lot of players will agree that he has definitely been our top leader outside of captains.
Yeah, and you were one of the few international players I can remember in any President's Cup on U.S. soil where like the fans, like, they started rooting for you. Could you feel that when you were out there? Was there a moment in any one specific match where like, holy shit, these people are actually rooting for me, and I'm not even on Team USA?
I think singles was really big. I had a lot of sayings where, "Hey Tom, we love you, but not this week." Like I heard a lot of that, but it was amazing how even though I know I understand I am on the international side, but just I knew that a lot of people wanted to see me do good and put on a show, and I'm very fortunate that I didn't have a lot of boos that week, so I had a blast for sure.
I had a lot of booze that week, but it was a different kind. That's a story for another day. But let's go to that singles match. I think a lot of people were very surprised to see you go out 10th against Max Homa. I mean, I thought with the way y'all played on Saturday, you had all the energy, all the momentum. I was like, there's no way Tom Kim is not going out first. Were you a little surprised about where you were in the lineup?
No. I told Trevor that I'm a team player. I would do anything that what they think is best for our team. I wish, but like I was tired, so I thought it was kind of good for me. I played 36 holes like almost fully, so I thought it was perfect. I could have enough sleep. I could wake up a little late. I could take my time getting ready. I didn't need to rush things, so I kind of thought it was good for me. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I thought it was great for me to play out 10. Then I played with Max, so he's a really nice guy. So it was pretty cool to share that with him on Sunday.
And I was there on the first tee when you and Max teed off. and it was crazy. Like the first 4 or 5 matches, the place was packed, and then it kind of cleared out, and then all of a sudden they started coming back, getting ready for your and Max's match. What was your feeling when you walked through that tunnel on Sunday? You had the glasses on, the place was going nuts. How cool was that?
It was definitely special. I brought the shades because I was like, man, I got to bring something new today. I can't just keep, getting the crowds out. Like, what's going to be new? What's going to be fresh? And I thought of just wearing the glasses, going up the cabin, and the fans. There's a lot of fans that go underneath the cabin, so I wanted them to see that, and I went, damn, like Tom's bringing like something new today, and Camilo was like, you should wear this coming to the first tee. Like, it's gonna be fun. And I was like, you're right, that's a good idea. So right before I started to tee off, I was like looking for my glasses, like, where is it? And I brought it out, and I was talking to Joe. He was like, are you ready for this? Like, this is gonna be pretty cool. I was like, just do it, bro. And I put it on, and everyone went nuts. And I thought it was definitely something that I might look forward to doing it again, and especially on a Sunday. It's kind of different vibes where it's a singles match. So I wanted the American crowd on the first tee to just kind of like me a little bit. So
yeah, it worked.
It worked.
Mission accomplished. I read in your post game you said something like, during the singles match, I got a little too caught up in like the match and not playing my game. What do you mean by that specifically?
So most of my matches, I was like, it was even to like 1 down, 2 down. I was never really 2, 3 up before. And I got caught up in my head where like there wasn't much energy. Like we weren't playing great. Like, I'm not gonna lie, we didn't have a lot of birdies to go 3 up. Like it was kind of mellow. And being 3 up, I was like, I kind of felt like I lost a little bit of vibes. Like I wasn't myself. I wasn't high energy. I was just playing golf, and like I got caught up where like I was thinking about the result of the match than just playing my golf at the moment. And that's what happened on Friday, playing with Xander and Patrick. Like I got caught up to a point where like I wanted to win the match instead of hitting good shots. And if a birdie comes, great, let's make another birdie. It was more of result oriented. And Joe got me back in it on Saturday. It was like, dude, let's just play our golf. Let's play our game. And the results, like what's going to happen is going to happen. So but on Sunday, playing with Max, I was 3 up. I got a little ahead of myself, I'm not going to lie. And once I started to lose momentum, it's just Max played great. I'm not going to. If Max didn't play good, I would have won, but he played great down the stretch. He played awesome. So, kudos to him for the win. But, I was pretty pissed. I was pretty pissed.
Well, you be easy on yourself because you had a hell of a week. You played some great golf, and you got so many new fans. But we got to go to the after party, which I was fortunate enough to be there with you guys. And let me tell you, the international team knows how to party. The U.S. team could take some lessons from you guys. How much fun did you have Sunday night?
It was my first official party. Like, no one knows this, but I've never been to a party before, and it was my first official one. I didn't drink. I was hammered with water, but it was fun. I got to dance a little bit. I regretted that as soon as I woke up, and but I think it was so special because of the people who were there. My first official party was with Justin Thomas, Jordan Spieth, Colin Morikawa. Like, oh my gosh, that's like a dream for a 20-year-old. Like, can you believe that I'm partying with these people? Like, so I think that was the special part. If it was just a random party at a club, like I would have been like, why am I here? What am I doing? Like, I'm not having fun. I'm gonna drink water. Like, it's not fun. Like, but like, I got to talk with those guys. I got to bond with those guys. So that was a special one.
Yeah, good place to get your first start there. Talk us through the picture surface of, I think it was Hideki's caddy with all the signatures on it. Everyone at autograph. How'd that come to be?
I think that's like it was crazy how he is very like, you see the Masters, you see the cap off, and you see the bow, and everyone was crazy. Like, it was amazing. And then you see that part of him taking his shirt off, see you signing on on his body and stuff. And if you see the photo, there's arrows that go down on the side of his belly button. I drew that. I was the one who drew that.
That was you.
Yeah, I was the one who drew that. So that's a crazy side of it. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
It was a wild time, and it went late into the evening, as it should. I mean, it's an incredible accomplishment to make the team, and everybody deserves to let loose and have some fun. Was anyone on your team or the United States team maybe different in the after party than you thought they would be?
No, everyone was really just themselves. Like everyone, yeah, they were. I think Adam left a little early. He had to catch a flight, so I didn't see him after midnight. But everyone was there. I think everyone, like 80% of the guys were there. So it was.
It was jumping. It was really, really cool. But with all this great play, the win at Wyndham, your world ranking and everything, you're gonna be making your first start in the Masters next year. I
Yes.
mean, have you thought about that? Like, first off, have you ever been to Augusta National? And second off, how excited are you going to be when you first get there?
I've never been to Augusta National. It's gonna be epic. Like everyone is actually telling me, like maybe go a little bit earlier, say soak it all in, so I don't go to the event and start taking pictures. Like, um, so that's gonna be a special one. I don't. I think I might cry going to Manoli Lane. Like, it's gonna be definitely heartwarming. I'm gonna have my whole family with me, so I'm kind of picking and choosing who's gonna caddy for me if we have the par 3 contest. So I'm gonna enjoy that, and I'm gonna try to go over a little bit early and try to play practice rounds, and hopefully we can take pictures this time because I heard you're not allowed phones in Augusta. So um,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can't wait for
special
that.
week.
Can't wait for that invite letter.
Yeah, I'd use up as many of those trips as they let you have leading up to that thing. Speaking of caddies, let's talk about your caddy this week. First week having Joey Scov on the bag. How was it? How did that relationship come to be? You reaching out to him, wanting to work with him. What was it about Joe that made you think this might be the right guy?
Um, well, first of all, I needed caddy. I felt like being like coming to my first official year. Like I know it was my rookie year after the win, but it was this season is going to be my first full season, and I felt like I needed someone who was really experienced, and it was actually perfect timing. Like when Joe split, like I split with my caddy, so I texted Joe like, hey, like it'd be awesome if we could work together, and I let him, and he was like, I know I don't really like. He wanted the playoffs to go. Like he worked for 13 years with with this player. So for that relationship to come about, and we're like, I'm starting at the President's Cup. If we can work at the President's Cup, it'd be great, and we can trial out. And like first week was a special week with him. He definitely showed me that, man, like it's a big difference when you have an experienced caddy on your back. It makes a huge difference. Like 18 on Saturday, if it wasn't for him, like that would have never happened because of Joe. That's the reason why I was there. I was able to make that putt. I was able to hit that shot. Like he kept me in the moment, and I think if he wasn't on the back, I could have been 4-0. Like it was, well, sorry, 5-0. I played 5 matches, so it was kudos to him. He's an awesome guy, and I'm really looking forward to hopefully a long relationship.
Yeah, hopefully it does. And, he also got some experience here in Phoenix, which is where we live, the WM Phoenix Open. I think you might kind of like it here. So this is our early pitch to make sure you're teeing it up in Phoenix this year. This is your kind of atmosphere. Place is nuts. It's about 5 times as many people that were at the President's Cup, just so you know.
Wow, that's insane. I can't wait till I get to 16 at par 3. I saw beers like just going everywhere. So that's gonna be
Yes,
my
that is true.
yeah, that's gonna be my time to shine, right? So hopefully I can hit a good shot and get the crowd going. So
All right,
I
well,
think
there's an
is that
early
an
commitment.
official?
That's
Is
an
that
early
official
commitment.
commitment? You're coming to Waste Management?
hopefully we'll have to see, but I think hopefully I think so. I'm not.
Hopefully.
I can't. I'm
Hopefully.
not say 100%, but it's looking likely.
Delete that part. Go back to where he said
We're
he's
just
teeing it
gonna
up.
say it sounds like Tom's coming to Phoenix. We're gonna start blasting that out everywhere, Tommy. Let me ask you this, because you had some moments with Scott where you were kind of hanging on him and closing your eyes while guys were putting and things like that. Did you notice the cologne that Joe wears all the time? Was he wearing it on the golf course too?
The what?
The cologne, his scent,
Alone. No, I
is
couldn't.
very
I mean, it was hot.
hygienic.
I'm pretty sure it went away with all the sweat, but um, yeah, it's funny how like Joe's like such a like he's not that super emotional. He's always like kind of one kind of mood type of guy. So it's just on those moments, if I can just lean and I like leaning on him and he's just being like, dude, it's fine, like you're good. It helps me instead of having him like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. Like I hope this doesn't happen. I hope this happens. So it's for him to just, dude, you're good. Like it definitely helped me lean on him a little bit and go on his shoulders and close my eyes a little bit.
He's a great
Normally
caddy.
smelling real
Yeah,
good.
y'all are going to make a great team. But I know you're busy, man, so we're going to get to our E9 real quick. These are 9 quick, fun questions before we let you get out of here. And we ask this one to everyone, Tom. You can be anyone for a day, dead or alive, anyone in the history of the world. You get to experience what they go through for a day. Who would it be?
Tiger Woods.
I kind of assumed that was going to be the answer.
Feels appropriate.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
I'm gonna switch over here and ask you one that relates to that here, Tom, because we talked about your age a ton on here. This is your chance to make us feel even older right now. What is your first memory you have of actually watching Tiger Woods play golf live?
Live, like in person, or
you were watching it on TV? Your first memory.
I think it was the Masters. I think it was like, I'm not exactly sure, but I think it's the 2005 Masters. Like that's the one. I watched the 2000 like the first one or two, I think, the ones he won. Which I think 2005 was my first memory. That ball going in on 16. Like I think that's one of my first memories of watching him, like just do his thing, man. Like that was epic.
Weren't you 3 at the time?
3 or 4.
But I was like,
that's a hell of a memory.
I was at least like 8, I think, when I watched that tape.
Okay.
So,
so
I wasn't like crazy into golf, so like one of my first memories watching Tiger, and I have always like I hit shots. I remember being like 9 years old, just chipping, trying to find the exact same shot and just trying to replicate that shot and doing the same celebration, that same speed. So, hopefully, gosh, I want to see him, man.
That would be incredible to see you two paired together at Augusta National. By the way, let's just go pitch that out there now. That'd be a great idea. That's Tom Kim, Tiger Woods at Augusta National in 2023.
I'd be more nervous than anything, I think.
That's a puke. That's a feel like you're gonna puke 3 hours before situation right there.
I think that's exactly what it is. I think I'll be on the toilet for a little while. And I heard Scotty, he like on the Masters before the final round, he was like emotional, just overwhelmed and stuff. I think that's gonna be me playing with Tiger on a Saturday, like whether it's the final group or it's like the first group, like it's gonna be the same thing for sure.
God, I hope
that's
that
not
happens.
A feel like you're gonna puke. That's an actual puke.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, next one. Do you believe you would have gone 5-0 last week at Quail Hollow if you only wore white shoes?
It would have been close. Not 5-0, but I think I would have. I could have.
You were undefeated in white shoes, Tom.
I know. I told Joe about that, and he was like, "We're never wearing black shoes again."
Yeah. Well, I was giving you a hard time at the party because you had the white shoes with the black socks, and you explained to me that you don't wear black shoes very often.
Yeah, I don't. It's hot, man. Like my feet are just like when you have a putt to like win a match or something, and you're thinking about your hot feet. It's like, all you want to do, you want to be focused on your line, not your hot feet. So, but luckily we had good weather, so it wasn't terrible. But definitely, if I'm playing an individual tournament, you won't see me wear black shoes that often.
There it is.
The next captain needs to be aware of that.
Yeah,
up in Canada.
White shoes only.
All white, everything.
Mike Weir.
All
for
white.
The internationals. Yeah, Mikey, take note. All right, Tom, you're living down in Dallas now, so you're officially a Texan, okay? What do you see yourself wearing first? Boots or a cowboy hat?
Cowboy hat. I can't do boots.
You got one?
No, I do not. I can't do boots. It doesn't look good on a guy like me. It just looks like it can't happen.
All right, no cowboy boots.
No cowboy
hat,
boots.
Though. If you get that hat, send us a pic.
I think I can pull off the hat.
I think they'd love you. You come out at the Byron or Colonial with one of those things.
Yeah.
You kidding me? You think you got fans now? They're going to love you.
It's a good idea. I might actually do that.
It's actually a good call, maybe. Yeah. Maybe show up in that thing.
I'll think about it.
All right, deal.
All right, next one. With all this newfound fame, I know there's had to be someone that has reached out to you, whether it's Instagram, DM, or texted you, that you've got to be like, my God, I can't believe this person is reaching out to me.
I wouldn't say reach out, but I think the follows was pretty special. I got a follow from Jordan. I got followed by JT. Got followed by Colin. I think Sam followed. I followed Sam first, but getting that back follow was I think special. I think that was the coolest part. And Jordan, I saw his story, but he uploaded the post saying this guy. So that helped me get a little bit more followers. So thanks, Jordan.
That's cool.
You're gonna do all right with the followers. It's nice of you to take time with your fans too. Let them take a pic and put it on the gram.
Yes.
Jordan will thank you for that. All right, Tom. You're a self-proclaimed fast food savant, so you got to settle a big debate here, especially now you're living in Texas. The better burger, In-N-Out, Whataburger.
I've never tried Whataburger.
Oh, in Dallas, no Whataburger yet?
Because I quit fast food. No one knows this, but I quit fast food.
Oh, damn.
I don't do much fast food anymore. So, like that's been a thing this year, that new diet. So, I've never tried Whataburger yet, but I'm not gonna lie. I did have In-N-Out this year. Like I'm not gonna lie, but I haven't tried Whataburger yet. So I guess I have to choose In-N-Out. In-N-Out's my favorite burger I think in the U.S. It's the double.
Okay.
So good.
I feel like that's the right answer.
I was gonna say, before you gave it up, was In-N-Out your favorite fast food place?
I think so. I think it's definitely like highly ranked up there.
Do you, sidebar, this doesn't count. Do you eat as much as they say you do? Or like the little questions before your whole team, like who eats the most? Dude, it wasn't even like a hesitation, like Tom, everybody. What are you putting down?
Just everything. Like I'm a big foodie, so yeah, I do eat a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Like I enjoy having food, but I think it's the guys. I don't think they eat as much. Like I think it's their fault. It's not my fault. Like they're blaming it on me, but like, dude, they're skinny. Like have some more food, like please.
Yeah, Adam Scott ain't eating like that, you know.
Well, JT and
he's working out.
He's a beauty. Like he's gorgeous. Like gosh, he's so beautiful.
Oh, I got a new question.
JT and Jordan stole some of your nachos there Sunday night. By the way, I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, like JT, I remember I put queso on my chips and he stole it from me. And Jordan was like, "You're not getting that back." And I remember going to the thing and it was just like he was enjoying all of it. And I took one and it was like, "What are you doing? This is mine." So that was
JT can afford a few calories.
Exactly.
All right, you got one left?
Yeah, I got one left. All right,
you go ahead.
Do you think you could be potentially the first pro golfer to get an underwear deal, given how much exposure they get after you tear your pants multiple times? There's some space for sale.
God, I hope not. I hope not.
How many pairs of pants did you rip at the President's Cup? Don't lie, because I have a text from Captain Immelman telling me.
I told the team don't tell anyone, but I ripped one on the last day. Going to the locker room, it ripped, and I had to change pants. So 3.
Where are you tearing these things?
It's funny how I got like the ripped one got repaired, and I wore that to the cabin, and it ripped somewhere else. Like, I was like, man, these pants are like not for me. Like, so I had to take Phil's pants. It was big. It was like old man's pants, but at least it's better. So when I get into a dress, no one sees my butt.
The international,
that could be a marketing opportunity.
International team has to increase their budget now that you're on the team just to buy more pants.
Exactly.
All right, last one. Let you get out of here. Go to the after party. Who's a better dancer, you or Sungjae?
Sungjae's known for that Gangnam Style dance, so like he's the OG, right? He started that, so I have to give it to him.
He put on a show.
He did.
That was fun to watch. It was impressive. I did not know that side of Sungjae existed.
Exactly, right? You don't really see it until, but I was surprised he actually did it. Like, there was a lot of people there. A lot of people. But he pulls it off. He
does.
Sungjae Gangnam Style?
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Over and over? Repeat?
Had to do it 7 times that night.
Yeah.
Minimum.
I think we had it 7 times. And he danced and him. So
play the hits.
You got it. Well, Tom, man, we really appreciate you coming on with us. Congratulations on such a great week at Quail Hollow. Can't wait to see what the future has in store.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
We'll see you in Phoenix.
Yes, we'll see
Give
you
us a thumbs up real quick, Phoenix. All right. Yeah, that's sideways. That counts.
All right, Tom. Have a good one, man.
All right.
Thanks, Tommy. See you, bud.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
Well, you probably realize, since this interview came out a little later than normal, we just did this thing. So we actually don't know what the hell he said.
I bet he was great. I'm gonna say right now he's funny. I love him. He's young. He's got a lot of energy. Love the kid.
You know, talking with Joe Scovern, who's caddying for him now, he had so much fun with the kid at Quail Hollow. I mean, just obviously his energy. He was putting juice into that international team. The kid is it's all golf all the time. That's all he wants to do. I've heard from some people what he does in his spare time is he watches golf swings on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then when he's not, he's playing golf.
Okay.
So he likes that.
He might give Sungjae a run for most weeks played in a year. Sounds like. I really like that story he told about the President's Cup and that one time. That was cool. That was a good story.
When he played Max Homa?
Yeah, he played Max. Remember that?
But man, I loved his celebration. I love his energy. This kid is going to be a star over here. I mean, the American crowd already loves him. That's the best part.
Yeah, dude. Like, he's going to be embraced over here. I was texting with Scov afterwards. I was like, I mean, dude, your boy single-handedly, like, keeping this team. Like, he's the only one with some counter punches to this thing. He's like, yeah, dude, this is fun, all this stuff. I was like, seems like he likes you because he's draped all over you like a prom date. Like the putts, and he's over there, got his arm over him and closing his eyes and stuff. Like, feel like chemistry's pretty good there for week one.
That's what we were talking. Joe was saying. He's like, I mean, I feel like I've been counting for this kid for like 10 years. We're so close. It's been 1 week.
Dude, it's been 1 week, and like just looking at his game, hey, hit it right there.
The iron game is silly.
Hey, you want me to read it? No, I got it. Okay, cool, make it. I mean, dude, he don't hit too many errant shots.
All right, well, thanks to Tom Kim. That was awesome because I know you're getting pulled in every direction trying to do 9,000 interviews. It's now time to put on your favorite game day gear because college football is here and FanDuel wants you to get in on the action. Right now, new customers can get no sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's $1,000 back in free bets if your first bet doesn't win. So, we've been kind of on a little heater in this college football.
I'm better at football than individual football games. That's the only thing I can do. Then I bet the problem is I win the one I say, and then I'm like, hot. Of course I'm hot. I bet 17 more, lose about 15 of them. Well, I got to just shut her down after one.
You should follow producer Mark's little parlay he did.
I saw a little producer Mark got out ahead of himself over there on that McAfee, huh? Sent out a little tweet. Thanks for you didn't bank on the old lateral for a touchdown situation.
Oh, the McAfee
all the time, producer Mark. You cannot be jinxing bets.
I was giving him some credit about his golf one that he hit.
Oh, he had a golf one, but he had
the McAfee one. He had Super Boost was insane. And shout out FanDuel. Refunding those wages, that's incredible. That's customer service.
That's how you take care of your people right there. Not many bookies out there. If you're dealing with a bookie, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, never mind. Bad beat. We'll wash that.
I will say props. Your TCU Horned Frogs came in and beat the SMU Mustangs.
Should we talk about it? What'd you think?
I didn't get to see any of it. I was at the President's Cup.
It was just pretty much a boat race. Just big
won
brother.
By 6 points.
Smacking little brother. We let y'all come back to keep it interesting. It was at your home field. We're like, look, we don't want everyone to leave, but this is what you'd expect.
All right. Well,
Skillet's back.
We got football. We've got the Sanderson Farms down in Jackson, Mississippi. Sam Burns is there. No surprise. He's the favorite and defending champion.
Makes sense.
So we're going to do a little golf and a little football. I'll start out with the football.
Okay.
If you're just talking about that. I was torn, but I had 2 games I liked. I'm going with this one.
Okay. SC finally.
They finally didn't cover.
They're off the train. You're right until she bucks you. And everyone was on this Oregon State for some reason. It was crazy the amount of money coming in. Somebody knew some stuff, or people knew that we didn't, obviously.
Well, and if you look at our golf / football parlay, too, I mean, we hit that was looking like a lock. Justin Thomas looked like he was cruising to victory there on Sunday. We're going to hit that one again. Bama covered is what they do. So I'm hoping they do it again this week because I'm going Bama minus 16.5 over the Hogs.
Oof. By the way, it took a brutal L to the A&M this past week. I don't know if you got to see any of that. Just one of the worst beats of all time. The doink off the top of the
doink
off the upright. Lost a little money on that one, too.
Shocker.
By the way. All right, going with Bama. I like that. I'm going to just full disclosure. My brain's not firing on all cylinders, just getting back from a little trip here. So I picked this one a little quicker. I'm going to go Michigan minus 10.5 double digit against Iowa. My whole thought process is Iowa doesn't really score points. So when you don't score and the other team does score, hard to win and hard to stay within 10. I'm just going to take Michigan. They're kind of rolling right now, but I'm just going out on that one because I don't know that Iowa can put more than 7 on the board.
All right, and we'll do another fun golf football parlay later in the week. But let's get to the Sanderson Farm. Obviously not the strongest field. Most of the top guys just played the President's Cup. They're exhausted. But Sam Burns is heading there as the favorite, going off around 9.5 to 1. I'm going with a guy who he's going to win at some point this year. He's a stud, and he finally got to rest for a week. I feel like he hasn't took a week off in about 6 months. Sahith Theegala going off at plus 1,800, 18 to 1 is your champion.
I can't wait for him to win. It's going to come, and he rolls the shit out of it. This is a good course to do that on. Love Sahith getting in there. I'll go with a guy, speaking of playing some good golf, you go back the last few months, and it's on Korn Ferry Tour nonetheless, but the dude is golfing his ball. Played his first event as an official rookie on the PGA Tour up in Napa. Solo third, can go low as shit, and also putts the eyes out of it. I'm going Taylor Montgomery, 26 to 1. He's like the 5th betting favorite, second event as a member.
It's crazy.
It's pretty gnarly, but he can go.
All right, dark horse, going with a guy who's a Southern fella, knows all about this kind of grass. I just feel like when you say Jackson, Mississippi, he feels right at home. Trey Mullinax going off at 45-1. One of my favorite golf swings. Picked up the win last year. I love his action.
Great action. I'd like to bet these dudes that grew up on Bermuda the same way you do. I'm going to go with a similar type of a fella here. You get him at 45-1 and get it while the getting's good because they ain't going to stay there. But that's Harris English. It's because he's coming off the injury. He's only played that one event. Top 10 last week back in Napa. So he's feeling good. Sounds like he's healthy, playing good golf. Like I said, would never be these odds if he had been playing for a while, but he is, and he's sitting there at 45-1. I'll take Harris English at those odds all day.
All right, well, there you have it. And if you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, now is the perfect time to give it a shot. The app is so easy to use. They're always hooking you up with great odds, and when you win, you get paid fast. So see for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Download the FanDuel app today and sign up with promo code Subpar and get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000 back in free bets and bet on college football and golf all season long. That's promo code Subpar. Must be 21 years and older in select states. First online real money wager, only $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG. Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Virginia. 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342 in Arizona. 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. 1-800-9-WITH-IT in Indiana. Visit ksgamblinghelp.com in Kansas. 1-877-770-STOP in Louisiana. 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. That's 467-369 in New York. Tennessee Red Line 1-800-889-9789 and 1-800-522-4700 in Wyoming or visit www.1800gambler.net in West Virginia.
But do it responsibly, bud.
Very responsible.
Always.
One thing you don't need to do responsibly if you ever go back to Charlotte, you got to go visit my boys over at Selwyn Pub.
The Selwyn Pub.
Home of, you know what they're known for?
Oh.
The transfusions.
This is like the
Styrofoam
genesis.
cups, please.
Styrofoam cups make the difference for everything, by the way. But this this is where the transfusion was born or something, apparently. I've been hearing about people have been tweeting me, things like that. Did you get some?
What do you
Are
think?
they all they're cracked out to be?
They're delicious. They do a wonderful job.
It's a reason to visit Charlotte right now, just on the weekend. Head down here.
So I watched them make it one time. Since you're an expert on this, you know
Yeah.
they do their vodka, they do their ginger ale, and they got like a little squirt bottle of grape. Let's give it a little couple. Squirt, squirt.
See, they don't overdo the grape.
Yep.
That's where most people mess it up, and it just tastes like grape juice and it's super sweet.
They do it right. Shout out Selwyn Pub.
That's a good idea.
Thanks
to do
for
it in
having
a little
us.
little bottle like that. Might have to do that.
All right. Well, the superstars keep coming here on Golf Subpar. Next week, we're going to be joined by one of the greatest bagmen of all time. Currently the caddy for Justin Thomas. Jim Bones Mackay is with us in studio. That's going to do it for us. We'll talk to you on next week's Golf Subpar.